Hello, everybody. Scott Golden with the World Class Championship Wrestling Review Series. And we have moved into the final year available on the network, 1988. We are about 45 or so episodes away from the end of what's available, and so that's valuable. There are only 3 first-run matches this week. They do review the match that caused the issue for Fritz von Erich, but we open with Kerry Von Erich versus Al Perez for the World Championship inside a steel cage. Kerry is right after him, right on it. Roll up attempted early. Perez manages to get a few cheap shots, and Perez takes him into the cage. Tries to actually send him through the door from a throw a guy through a door, not send him outside of the cage. Backdrop by Perez, and Perez spends a couple of minutes with a pretty intense chinlock series on Kerry up on his feet. Finally, this is a match where Kerry begins to look like the old Kerry Von Erich, or the Kerry Von Erich at least who is confident in himself. Kerry throws Perez into the cage pretty aggressively here, and then we see Kerry making a comeback. They climb up onto the top turnbuckle. Kerry is seated up there, goes for the claw while seated on the top turnbuckle, hits the claw. Not sure where they're going with that, in the sense of, do you really want him to fall out of the cage while in the claw? Or the other side is back down into the ring in the claw, and you have to jump down and get him. Not really sure that this spot makes a heck of a lot of sense. Kerry hanging him over the top of the cage. Fritz Von Erich is handcuffed to a turnbuckle on the... Gary Hart is handcuffed inside the cage, so he can't interfere here. Kerry makes his way over, trying to get out of the cage. Also thinks about taking a shot at Gary Hart. And I mean, this is a decent match, figure 4 by Kerry Von Erich, and he's got a pretty good hold on him. Kerry comes back to his feet, hits Perez between the eyes, and Perez does a lot of backpedaling. Gary Hart not liking any of this, joining with the referee while they're close to the door. And then a hard shot with weaponry leads to the eventuality of Al Perez gaining the victory, and that's a bit of a surprise. Second match on the card, Missing Link versus Vince Apollo. Not sure why the Apollo match and the Fantastics versus Tatum and Victory isn't done first. I mean, just in order, I would put the cage match on last as the main event of the program. Maybe there's a reason behind it. Anyway, Missing Link manages to carry Apollo around on the outside of the ring on the back of his back, send him into the steel post. Then we see Link go back into the ring, diving headbutt from the top rope by the Link, and 1, 2, and 3. Link gets a victory in what I'm thinking is his first match back in quite a while. The Fantastics versus John Tatum and Jack Victory. Victory, of course, getting his start here. He's got about 10 matches in, something like that. Obviously, the Fantastics are a pretty big deal. And, Bobby Fulton kind of begins the match here. Tatum looks a little different, dyed the hair a little bit, off the ropes, and Fulton takes the shot. Doesn't get all he wants with the shot. Tatum sends Fulton to the outside. Victory lawn darts Fulton into the steel post, and they break this match down pretty quickly into bit of a brawl. Tommy Rogers over to check on his partner. Fantastics have been a major part of World Class. I did not realize before doing this series how big a part of the area they actually were. Anyway, a good tag off by the tandem of the Tatum and Victory. Tatum and Victory try to break the match down. Hard shots, and again, Fulton ducks the head a little too soon. Snap suplex gets him over, not exactly where he wants to be. And then we see a good number of things. 1, 2, and the attempted pin by John Tatum. Tatum then with a tag off, and Victory comes in. The one thing I will say, both of these teams use team action very well. Out of nowhere, Tommy Rogers comes into the middle of the ring. Rogers gets dumped over the top rope after the referee goes down. Then they continue that match pretty set, and Rogers and whatever gets blasted. Victory and Tatum are victorious in the first show of 1988. Till next time, keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Till next time, everybody.